Alright guys, this is just a little random video, so I know I'm going to piss off some people. If I do, okay. If I don't, well, enjoy the video. Now, the video title states, why are the X-Men better than the Avengers? Here's the thing. My thing, this is my preference and my opinion, so don't take it to heart. Don't blow up my dislike button because, you're wrong because the Avengers are more related. No, this is just my opinion, so take it with a grain. Well, not take it with a grain of salt, but take my opinion and say, okay, I understand why, I understand this, I understand that. Okay, now the X-Men, and I'm going to bring up my points why I think the X-Men are better than the Avengers. Now, if you're asking which one has a better story, which one has better villains, well, it might be villains, or which one, we're not going into that. This is my opinion why the X-Men are better than Avengers. My opinion. I might even put that in the title. I probably won't. Who cares? Anywho. A little bit too tight on your face. Yeah. Anywho, sorry. My glasses. Let's start with this. The X-Men. The reason that I think the X-Men are better than Avengers are many reasons. One, they have relatable themes and storylines compared to the Avengers. Number one, discrimination, racism, sexism, in a way. The thing the X-Men deals with, it deals with a lot of all that mixed in. The X-Men, believe it or not, in disguise, is pretty much all that was going on. Matter of fact, what's going on today in society is very relatable with the X-Men. How cops are killing blacks, which again, that's relatable. How cops are killing mutants. You see the similarities. Where X-Men will always stand the test of time, always be relatable with people, because the stuff that goes on in the X-Men can go on in today's society. It's like mirror one another. Where you think Stan Lee, and all the creators, and Claremont got these ideas from. Claremont got these ideas from the X-Men. The themes from it came from what was going on with society, and that's always relatable. You have these other the Brotherhood mutants rise up against the humans. Pretty much, there's black people now, a group rise against the cops in a way that's kind of relatable in that aspect. Well, their own brotherhood. Hey, quote unquote, the Black Panthers. Y'all know a little bit of history. Y'all know about the Black Panthers. They're against the whites in a way. But their ways were, some people will look at it as commendable. Some look at it as like, a little out there. But either way you look at it, that's relatable. That's relatable. Where the Avengers, there's no one who can relate to Captain America. No one's a super soldier who's perfect like that. They are out there, but let's be honest, how you become a super soldier? Steroids, baby, steroids. Hulk, there's no one out there as a Hulk. Now, we do have our Hulk moment where we rage out against our boss or our wives or whatever. That's kind of relatable in that aspect. But that's it. There's no Thor guy. There's no Tony Stark out here in the world. Well, he might be, but there's no Tony Stark right now. There's no Tony Stark. There's no, Black Widow and Hawkeye, those two, they might exist, but let me know if y'all met a Black Widow and Hawkeye, special spies who can do the things they do. Let me know. Maybe there. But other than that, there's no Scarlet Witch, no Quicksilver, none of that. People control people's minds. And again, you probably say, well, the mutants, there's no mutants out there. True, there's none, but the themes, I'm looking for themes, like themes that can relate to them. No one can relate to Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver from, not the X-Men, but from the Avengers type of movie. No one can relate to Captain America, who's been frozen for God knows how many years and rewoken. No one's been frozen like that. Now, the only person who can relate to that is Austin Powers, baby. Austin Powers. But other than that, there's no other relatability. Hulk, again, there's no, the thing about the Avengers they are superheroes that you can look up to but not relate to. Some you can, but others you cannot. There's many people you can relate to. There's some people who can relate to. Now I'm trying to pick somebody from the X-Men. You can relate to, but it's not about powers wise. It's about character wise. You can relate to Storm, who's a different person from a different country who comes over here and learns the language and still looks upon differently. Storm is kind of relatable. Scott Summers is relatable. There are people that are blind. There are people that are blind who can't see, you know. The only person from the X-Men that's not relatable is Wolverine. Ain't nobody who lived for 1,000 years or 100 years. Ain't nobody like Wolverine. He's the unrelatable character out there. However, he's the most popular character. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous how popular this dude character is. And after Logan, I want another good movie like that. But, you know, I'm just saying, you know, the X-Men are a staple of Marvel characters that are the most relatable characters out there. And that's why I love them so much. Not because the animated series, it's because I looked at that and said, that's relatable. I can relate to that, you know. I can relate to a Storm who's coming from a different country and trying to fit into this society. I can relate to Magneto, how the mutants are being oppressed and being killed, and he can't stand that. I can relate to Charles David trying to help the people who's trying to kill him and also help his own kind. Sometimes they bite him in the face, but I relate to that. I can understand that. You know, those people out there. There's one video of a black person who the cops were getting killed, but one black person said, "No, stop! Don't do this! Don't go this route! Don't do this!" And I'm looking at this like, "What the fuck is this, X-Men?" You know, I saw this. I said, "Okay, move, Charles, move! You get into the best spot." You know, I'm not saying that. I'm just making fun, making jokes. I said, "Move, Charles! Move, Charles!" You know. But I saw that video and I was like, yo, this is relatable to the X-Men. I sit there, I was like, this is so relatable, you know. But I could see where he's coming from. And there's people out there who actually, okay, there was some comments I saw, say, oh, I understand that. One black person said, nigga, move. Nigga, you better move before you get shot. You know, it's relatable. It's something, the X-Men has always been a relatable group of characters that from the test of time, the films would never get old. However, the films lately have been, well, quote unquote, not that great, but they haven't been relatable. For example, King of Thunder. X-Men Apocalypse. It's a good film, but there's things in that film that didn't make me say, the problem with the X-Men, it felt like an Avengers film, where the X-Men Days of Future Past film felt like an X-Men film. The X-Men First Class felt like an X-Men film. X-Men 2 felt like an X-Men film. Even, I hate to say this, by God, I hate to even fucking say it. X-Men Last Stand felt like an X-Men film. X-Men Apocalypse felt like every other superhero film. And that's when I was like, nah, they're going the wrong route with the X-Men. They need to stay the same route that X-Men has always been. They brought it back with Logan. But the X-Men have always been relatable characters to the human eye. And that's a good way of saying it. When you look at the X-Men, you mirror the X-Men. The X-Men are a mirror image of ourselves. If there was an alternate universe with mutants, the X-Men will be that Earth. We are in the alternate Earth with no mutant powers. And the X-Men is the alternate Earth with the mutant powers. Not superheroes, the X-Men. Where everyone has powers and people looked upon that as different. And when you look at it, oh, we don't like you because you're mutant, and you say to yourself, you don't like it because she's a mutant, or you don't like it because she's black, and you can't, and the lines are very blurred. And I love that about the X-Men, and that's why I really got invested to the X-Men. Where the Avengers, and even Justice League to a extent, I can't relate to that. I can't relate to a dude with Batman who has fucking money. I don't have money, like coming out my ass like that. I can't relate to Tony Stark who has money coming out of his ass where he sneezed and a fucking sneeze and, you know, more money comes out. I can't relate to Superman who's an alien Kryptonian, you know, from a different planet. I can't relate to that. I mean, there's times where I can relate to him where if you go to a different country, but I mean, other than that, that's the only relatability. I can't relate to freaking Flash who can move at the speed of light and, you know, go back in time with his Speed Force. I can't relate to that. I can't relate to a guy who's been on the island for 3 years that comes back and he says he's the Green Arrow but acts like Batman. I can't relate to that. You know what I'm saying? There's things I can't relate to. The X-Men are the characters I can relate to. Granted, the only thing they're missing is the powers, but other than that, the characteristics, the blur lines, the message behind that, that's relatable. I can see the lines being blurred. I can understand where they're coming from, and that's it. Now, I hope people who watch this video take my video and say, I see where you're coming from, I respect your opinion, and go with it. But there's going to be other people who are going to dislike this video because they're Marvel fanatics or Marvel fanboys who can't handle truth or can't handle opinions, and that's perfectly fine too. And you're the people that make watching movies, you're the people that give fanboys a bad name or fangirls and that. I don't know if I got some girls around here, let me know. Comment below, let me know. Girl power. No, I'm just kidding. I don't do that. no, don't do that. But if I'm just saying, that's relatable. The X-Men have always been relatable characters. And speaking about girls, the X-Men has the most hottest woman out of all comic book history. You cannot deny you would love to see Rogue in action, or Storm, or Jubilee, or even Jubilee, or you know what? Screw Jean Grey. Jean Grey is a psycho bitch. But Jubilee, Emma Frost. Ooh, Emma Frost. There's relatable, and then the thing about the X-Men, they have the most beautiful, most well-developed female characters out there. You talk about well-developed female characters, that's the X-Men. Where Marvel wants to push this SJW Miss Marvel up the ass, you want a good female character, take your ass to the X-Men. Those are good female characters. Fuck Miss Marvel. Quote unquote, Captain Marvel, which her name is Miss Marvel, because that's what she's always been called. She's Miss, not Captain. Captain Marvel was fucking Shazam, but DC, I wish they would have fought for that damn name. But anyway, back to this, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah. As always, guys, like and subscribe. Do not take my opinion to heart. Do not think I'm saying that the X-Men are the best. Well, I am saying the X-Men are the best well-developed characters out there to me. I mean, the next characters come closest to Teen Titans and maybe Justice League, but Teen Titans. They're better than the Avengers. They are better. If you disagree with me, that's perfectly fine. But if you do agree with me, comment below and let me know. And again, if you disagree with me as well, comment below and let me know. It's all fair. It's fine. I just stated my opinion. Now, if y'all want me to do a video of which one is better, the Avengers or Justice League, I might piss a lot of people off with my decision on that. But we'll handle that video for another day. As always, guys, like, subscribe. Peace. Have a Johnson day. And I'll talk to you in the next video.